everyone. A very good morning to all of you. So let's begin today's class. So today we are going to discuss from the lesson as stone, as wind. The topic for today's is features of air. We know that air contains a lot of properties. So let's look one by one. First one, we have to prove that whether air is having a definite shape or not. Children, when you blow air into the balloon, it increases in size. That means it inflates. And when you blow air into the balloon, which is having different shapes, it takes the shape of that balloon. Have you noticed that, children? If it is a balloon doll, the air takes the shape of the balloon doll. But once we release the air from the balloon, what happens? It becomes small in size and moves back to its original position. So from this we can prove that air has no definite shape. Next property, we have to prove that whether air has weight. So there is an experiment based on this. Here is the experiment.
Is the experiment to prove that air have weight. Look at the picture, children. What you have to do is take a long stick, hang a big balloon at one end and a paper cup at the other end. Tie a thread at the middle of the stick and hang it like a balance, as you can see from the picture. Now what you have to do is you have to blow air into the balloon. When you blow air, what happens? That part went down and the paper cup went up. Then you have to put some pea seeds to balance the weight. So when you put the pea seeds into the paper cup, it got the balance. Now the weight on both sides are equal. So from this we can understand that air has weight.
Next, we have to prove that air needs space to occupy. So here is another experiment for you to prove whether air needs space to occupy. So here goes the experiment.
An experiment to prove that air needs space to occupy. Look at the picture, children. You have to take 2 glass tumblers. In both the tumblers, you have to fill the half of the tumblers with paper bits, the pieces of paper. Fix a straw. It must be flexible in one of the glass tumbler using a sellotape as it is shown in the figure. Now what you have to do means you have to immerse both the glass tumblers upside down as it is shown in the picture inside the water which is taken in a bucket. So what will be seen? What happens? Yes, more force is required to immerse the first glass tumbler into the water, because the half of it is covered by paper bits. So only a small amount of water enter the glass, because a major portion over here is the paper. So after that is the air. So water has, we all know that liquids also needs space to occupy. So the water cannot enter it. More water cannot enter into it. Because the major part is the paper bits and remaining part is air. So only a little amount of water enters into it. Now take the case of the second glass tumbler. You can see that when it is immersed in the water in upside down, the air bubbles are escaping through the straw and water can enter into the glass. So more water enters into the glass and the air bubbles escape through the straw. So from this experiment, we can know that since there was the straw, the air escaped outside. So that became space. So water enters into it. In the first tumbler, there was no provision for the air to escape. So it was contained in the glass itself. So water will not be able to occupy there. That's why only little amount of water has went inside. So this experiment proves that air needs space to occupy.
We have to prove that air has the ability to spread easily. So how can we prove that? You collect some smoke coming from the incense stick. Incense stick is used for puja purposes in the temples. So you collect, it will be of different fragrance. So you collect the smoke in a glass tumbler and cover it with the cardboard. When you raise the cardboard, the smoke comes outside. And when you smell it through our nose, it will be a pleasant smell. So from this we can understand that air has the property to spread easily anywhere. Next property, we have to see that whether air is having power. Have you seen this picture, children? Yes, we will call this as katadi. Katadi can be used by making with paper or with coconut leaves. When you run with it, you can see the girl running with it. This katadi will spin. Why it spins and how it spins? Yes, it spins with the power of the wind. We know that moving air is called wind. So due to the power of the air, it spins. Similarly for windmill and yachts. This is the picture of windmill. This mill, the blades of this windmill will rotate with the power of wind, and it is used to generate electricity in that particular area. So with the help of the wind, these blades will rotate and produce electricity. Similarly for yachts, this is the picture of a yacht. These are the sailboats which is used by the people in olden days. Nowadays it's not seen. You know how does it move? It doesn't have any fuel. It moves when the strong wind strikes on it. And there are also devices to change the position of the sail according to the direction of the wind. So with the help of the wind power only, this yachts will move. Isn't that interesting, children? Yes, so from this we can prove that air has power. Now here are another experiments for you to know the motion of air. Here the child is making a balloon rocket, and associated with it he has made an experiment. So let's go to the experiment.
The experiment to prove the motion is caused by the air. So you can see the picture, children. This boy is going to make a balloon boat. So what all he took? He took a lid of the soap case. He made a hole on one of its sides, as you can see from the picture. Now he took a straw and tied a balloon at one end of it, the one end of the straw. Now the other end he inserted through the hole he made in the case. You can see from the picture. Press the one end of the straw after blowing air through the straw, because you want to fill the balloon with air. So you have to blow through the straw, blow air into the through the straw and make the balloon big. And after blowing air, the air must not escape. So you press it with the other end of the straw with the fingers. Now he placed the soap case in a flat container which contains water. Now immerse the tip of the straw which you are closed with your hand, with your fingers. You immerse the tip of the straw in water and slowly release the fingers. Now you can see that the balloon is leaping forward. The balloon moves forward like a boat. So this experiment proves that the motion is caused by the movement of air. Now see the next experiment. The two children are making a balloon rocket. In this, they took a long thread and passed that long thread through a straw, as it is shown in the picture. Tie both ends of the thread to the poles. So you can see two poles standing on other side. So to the poles you tie the both ends of the thread. Now blow air into the balloon and fix its middle part to the straw using cello tape. As you can see from the picture, you have to fix it in the middle part of the straw. Bring the balloon to the lower end of the thread and release it. You can see that the balloon rocket moves forward. So this is also another experiment to show that the motion is caused by the movement of air.
You have understood the concept of today's topic. Today we learned about the properties of air. We know that air and water vapor comes under gases. So air has no definite shape. It needs space to occupy. It has weight. It has a power. And it can spread easily. So these are the properties we learned today. So hope you understood this topic. Bye children.